1. Be a man without being a brute. Perhaps the most important thing you should know as a man is how to be a man without being a brute. This means having the confidence to stand up for yourself and argue your position without being nasty, disagreeable, or using ad hominem arguments. It also means standing up for those weaker than yourself and not tolerating abuse or humiliation of others if you can, by your voice. Stop it. A man should be able to stand up straight and look people in the eye when speaking and treat all people, from bosses and managers to waitstaff and homeless individuals, with the respect they deserve as humans. 2. Eye gazing. Eye gazing is the powerful, intimate act of staring into someone's eyes for a long period. When they stare back at you, oxytocin, or the love hormone, increases. In a study, random strangers were asked to stare into each other's eyes for 2 minutes without breaking eye contact. They reported increased feelings of passionate love for each other. Eye gaze is so powerful that it doesn't only work in humans, it works with dogs, too. In another study, dogs were trained to gaze into their owner's eyes. After receiving those gazes, both the owner and the dog had elevated oxytocin levels. Cool, right? Eye gaze works for increasing attraction because oxytocin is produced in the heart. When your body releases oxytocin, you feel it in the heart. Pro tip: whatever you do, don't stare too much. An intimacy equilibrium model by Argyle and Dean says if you stare too much, the other person will look less too. My favorite technique I used back in my college days is to make eye contact. Hold the contact for 3 seconds, then give a wink and look away while smiling. During a conversation, the ideal amount of eye contact is between 60–70% of the time. You can even make less eye contact when you're talking and more while listening. 3. Always give a firm handshake to show your energy. You may not think about it, but how you shake hands can make a huge difference in your professional world. A firm handshake will show the person you are meeting that you are confident and energized. When people meet someone for the first time, they often ask themselves if they want to work with or be friends long term. A handshake is a great way to project that energy because it gives an immediate impression. A handshake is a visual way to greet someone without words, and it doesn't take up much time. It also lets the other person know how energetic you are so that they can approach the conversation. This is especially true for professionals who are meeting new clients or making good impressions. For men, it's important not to go limp because the handshake should be more robust than a woman's handshake. It can make people feel intimidated or unconfident when someone's hand dangles loosely in theirs. 4. Be confidently and humble. Do you want to know how to have a good personality? Repeat after me: I don't know. Those 3 words are a mark of a confident person. When you don't know something, when you're ignorant in some field, confidently say that you don't know about it. It's easy to pretend to know what people are talking about when you have no clue. After all, you don't want to be embarrassed, right? Wrong. People have a ton of respect for those who can admit what they don't know. What makes this great for building your personality is that when you say that you do know about something, people believe you. You sound much more credible. For example, imagine I was someone who presents himself as an expert in video editing and post-production. Let's say I tell you that I don't know much about photography. A few minutes later I tell you the same about recording video. I don't know about that either. Then, a few minutes later, I tell you that yes, I know a lot about video editing and post-production. It would sound credible. After all, why would I lie? If I didn't know about video editing, I would just say it, like I just did for that other stuff. Now compare that with saying that I do know a lot about all those things. You might or might not believe me, but you wouldn't see me as a specialized person in video editing in particular. I hope you see how that works. When you admit that you don't know something, be comfortable saying that you don't know about it. People respect that and remember that you have a strong and credible personality. A personality is strong enough for you to admit your shortcomings. 5. The art of embracing silence. Imagine you are on a road trip with your best friend. The two of you are sitting in the front seat, side by side. There's no music playing, and no words are spoken. No awkwardness, just peaceful silence. This is the tranquility of silence between two best friends. It's relaxing and it only fortifies the bond between them. This should be your relationship with silence, with all people. The ability to embrace this type of silence with all individuals you meet can transform your life. Humans are deeply in tune with the emotional state of those we interact with. In that precious moment when silence falls between two acquaintances, the ability to remain calm and relaxed is powerful. In the same way, you embrace silence while driving down the highway with your best friend and share that moment with everyone. Master this subtle art. Use silence to strengthen your bonds with acquaintances. 6. Assertiveness. This is the ability to stand up for yourself and express your needs and opinions clearly and confidently while staying respectful. Otherwise, it can lead to aggressiveness. Being assertive allows you to express yourself in social situations, asking for a raise at work to set boundaries in your relationships. This important skill will also help you get phone numbers and ask someone to hang out. It's a skill that can take some practice to master, but it's worth it for the confidence and respect it will garner you. You can start developing your assertiveness by communicating your needs and opinions, being aware of your body language, and standing up for yourself when necessary. 7. Show some vulnerability. A big part of having an attractive personality is showing that you're vulnerable from time to time. Don't strive to show that you're perfect. Show that you have shortcomings and weaknesses, and maybe that you've had failures here and there along your career or anywhere you tried something that didn't work. This creates attachment with others. It gets them attracted to you. You should subtly do this. Mention your weaknesses or shortcomings instead of dwelling on them. This works so well at getting others to open up and be more attracted that some people use it all the time. I've known people who instantly show their quirkiness in super subtle ways. They do it as soon as they meet someone new because they know that it gets people hooked. They want to know more and hang out more. 8. Stop caring. I know your parents told you always to think before you talk. They were wrong. Thinking gives you social anxiety. Often, it leads to pain. I read 120 books in a year. At the end of the year, my life was the same. Why would it change? Knowledge is useful only when applied. I'd spent a year thinking rather than doing. The next year, I stopped reading. With the extra time, I wrote 300 blog posts and a book. My income tripled. I received speaking opportunity and created one of the largest marketing communities in Silicon Valley. Being socially confident is about taking action, because only action can lead to reward. When someone makes fun of you or rejects you, don't think about it. As soon as you start thinking, you stop taking action and feel anxious. So, move forward with every bad situation while keeping a happy-go-lucky attitude and smile. The other day, I flirted with this cute, dark-skinned girl with long, wavy black hair. She rejected me 10 times in an hour before she kissed me. Most guys would have given up after the first rejection. No one sticks around for 10. I'm sure there were many times when she thought about walking away, but she was intrigued by the simple fact that I didn't care. I brushed off rejection like it never happened by moving the conversation forward with jokes and fun conversation. For the entire hour, she couldn't understand why I wasn't hurting. Eventually, she got it. You're super confident, aren't you? I don't think about it. I don't get mad. I'm just here living in the moment. Not even a little mad. Are you worried about something? She looked stunned. I expressed myself as a socially confident person, then indicated her questions revealed her anxiety. In a couple of sentences, we reversed social standing. Then she gave me a dreamy look of wanting to get to know me better. Seconds later, we kissed. I knew the scenario would play out like this. It always does. It doesn't matter if you're ugly, poor, and stutter. As long as you keep moving forward with a smile, and without thinking about what you do or say, then people will gravitate toward you. They can't help it. It's the law of attraction. And it starts with action. 9. Side hustle like your life depends on it. This generation, especially, faces several challenges regarding establishing professional success. The job market is incredibly competitive. Educational demands are continuously rising, and many of us find ourselves stuck in jobs that don't necessarily inspire us to pay our bills and move out of our parents' basement. Of course, we shouldn't sell our souls to become a slave to the system, spending 80% of our precious time working a job we hate to then live a life we probably aren't able to fully enjoy. At the same time, however, we can't expect to live at home until we are 30 just waiting for that perfect passion project job to swoop down into our LinkedIn inbox because, well, it doesn't work that way. Rather, it's a matter of doing what you need to do to survive, but also understanding what you can do alongside that to better your path to the true, desired career goal. Always have that big picture in mind. Now, I'm not advising you to up and quit your job and risk becoming homeless while searching for that perfect gig. I'm also not advising you to spread yourself too thinly across various ventures. But start to think, while working the sales job that pays the bills, what can you do on the side that keeps your hands in the industry you want to be in? What experience can you gain that will keep your resume experience constant and relevant, allowing you to leverage yourself as the perfect candidate? Our lives are largely a product of our mindset and our willingness to work hard. Career-wise, it's not just about luck, largely about the process you put in place and the sacrifice of some or many nights for leisure spent dedicating yourself to building toward the bigger picture instead.